Okay, in this lesson we're going to learn a new scale. We already know the major scale. Now we're going to learn the minor scale. And I know these things can be kind of tedious, but it's very important to know your scales. Scales really come in handy for, well, understanding what you're playing, how scales apply to chords. It helps in writing melodies, and it helps a lot when you go to playing lead and improvising and soloing. So it's very important to practice these scales and know them well. So the minor scale, if we remember, the major scale had a step pattern. It was whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. The minor scale has a little bit different step pattern. It goes whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So let's take a look at that, and we're going to play this. We're going to play it in fifth position. So we're going to play an A minor scale. We're going to start with our first finger. Then we're going to go to the 7th fret, 3rd finger. Then we're going to go 8th fret with our pinky. Okay, then we're going to go down to the A string. Same thing. 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Okay, it should be pretty easy to memorize. Make sure you're alternating your picking. Then we're going to come down 5th fret on the D string, and then finish up with the octave, the root note, 7th fret on the D string. So it sounds like this. Okay, so whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So if you compare that to the major scale, we're taking a major scale and we're altering a few of the intervals. So the first interval is the same, the second. It's a major second. Okay? The third interval, we're taking the third and we're lowering it a half step. So if you remember our major scale, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if we lower that note, that third note, a half step to here, that's a C. That now becomes a major third, turns into a minor third. So when you take a third and you lower it a half step, it becomes a minor third. So it's a C. So we're going to play that, so we can play it on one string, we're going to play it right here. C's right here on the 8th fret. As you can see, they sound the same. So first note, our major second, our minor third. Okay, so we've altered one note so far. We've taken the third of a major scale and we've lowered it a half step. Okay, the fourth note, the perfect fourth interval is the same. The fifth, the perfect fifth, is the same. Then we're going to take the 6th, we're going to lower that a half step and make it a minor 6th. In the major scale, it was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to lower it a half step, make it a minor 6th, to an F note. Okay, we're going to play the F here, though. You see it's the same note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've lowered the third a half step, and we've lowered the 6th a half step. Our 7 is also lowered a half step. In the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right there. It's a major 7. We're going to make it a minor 7. We're going to lower it a half step. It's right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And back to our octave, which is the same. So we've taken 3 notes of the major scale, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, and we've lowered them a half step. We flatted them. To flat a note, you lower it a half step. We've made all those minor instead of majors. So we have a minor 3rd, a minor 6th, and a minor 7th. That's important to know down the road, to know the difference between the two. So again, that's your minor scale. Start anywhere. 3rd fret, we'll play a G minor scale. Okay, it's important to put this in your practice routine with your major scale. Okay, now I want to talk about what a relative minor is, because you hear that term some. So every major scale has a relative minor scale. Relative meaning it's related. What that means is they have the exact same notes. So let's make it easy. Let's take a major scale, a C major scale, that has no sharps or flats in it. So a C major scale goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps or flats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C. So its relative minor will have the exact same notes. So to find the relative minor, all you got to do is drop back 3 half steps. So if you take C, or C major, and you lower this note 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3. That puts you on A. That's the relative minor of C. So its notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. All the same notes, it just starts on a different one. So to find the relative minor, you drop back 3 half steps. So from C, 1, 2, 3. That's your relative minor. So let's take A major. What's its relative minor? Take an A, drop it back 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3 to F sharp. So F sharp minor is the relative minor of A major. So again, the relative minor has the exact same notes as its major scale counterpart. So C major, its relative minor is A minor. A major relative minor is F sharp. Let's take B flat major. Its relative minor, 1, 2, 3 half steps, is G minor. This will be really important when you get to playing lead and soloing, and you can connect. You know, you're playing in a certain key, you can play that key all over the fingerboard because you know the relative scales.